Alright, what's good, y'all? So, as y'all know, I fucking love superhero media, okay? I cannot get enough of it. Whether it be Marvel, DC, The Boys, Invincible. Back before, Marvel's Phase 4 happened, which Marvel got a lot worse on from that point. Big problem that both Marvel and DC's, respective cinematic universes had was their portrayal of villains. Now, obviously, you had a few popular ones, like Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger. He was really good. You had Mysterio. He was okay. Kang was pretty good. Awesome performance by Jonathan Majors. Thanos from Infinity War had to have been my all-time favorite supervillain before The Boys came out. And the main reason for this was, the dude was a fucking beast. He was big, hella strong, insane power, insanely good at combat. They were really good at establishing him as a threat. Not to mention, I could kind of sympathize with his goals at times. Dude wants to snap his fingers and wipe out half of humanity and half of the universe, but it was for a somewhat good cause. Thing is, other than a few home runs, even in DC, the cool and memorable villains were really hard to come by. Up until The Boys. And I remember watching the show for the first time. I think when I had started on it when season 2 was airing at the time. I was watching it from the very beginning, and I was just kind of amazed by the idea of Homelander. The fact that, to the world, he's a superhero, he's the golden boy, American dream, can do no wrong, righteous warrior saving the day. Realistically, behind the scenes, realistically, he's an overpowered narcissistic douchebag. I'm like, okay, this is like a twist or sort of a cynical take on Superman. He has his powers, he has his abilities. Now, Homelander is easily fit into that category by a lot of people, that category, quote unquote, evil Superman. Characters like Omni-Man, Irredeemable, Brightburn. I myself am guilty of putting him in this category, but I also know that he is much more than this, writing-wise. Obviously, he represents everything wrong with America, like the issues with American society, if you look at the political stuff. Putting all that shit aside, Homelander executes the idea of a menacing and terrifying villain perfectly. Especially in the latest season. As you guys know, The Boys is a realistic portrayal of how selfish and cruel people act when they're given a huge amount of power over the regular majority. Be corporate power, political power, or just straight up physical superpowers, which you see the most of in this show. They'll feed into their darkest desires and wishes, even at the expense of those who aren't as fortunate. Homelander, being the most powerful of them all with very few weaknesses, this pretty much allows him to do whatever he wants to with no fear of physical repercussions whatsoever. And the fact that he's very broken emotionally makes him insanely dangerous. Times though, and this is something that the actor will do, which I like, at times he'll mask it over this extremely calm facade. For example, this season when he's interrogating Annika.
You just tell us the truth. We swear you'll be fine. Right?
I swear on the life of my son.
They are really good at making us fear for the other person when homie walks into the room.
I just wanted some help tracking.
As soon as he walks in to confront, whoever he's confronting, you're just on edge the entire time. Because it's just like one wrong move and he can laser them, rip them in half, punch a hole through their chest. And the worst part is, this is something that most villains will do. They'll when they capture somebody, they'll calm them down, sap all the information they need out of them, and then just leave them alive for some reason for the hero to inevitably come and rescue later. Homelander doesn't care. He doesn't give a fuck. The fact that Homelander sees how scared Annika is and just ruthlessly laser her without hesitation, this type of shit that puts everybody at Vought on edge. A-Train ran all the way to fucking Toronto, Canada, just to have a conversation with MM out of the fear that Homelander could be listening. Even last season, when Starlight came to Ashley for help, bro, Ashley didn't want none of that, and she played it smart. I don't even blame her. Bitch, you couldn't even protect Supersonic, and he has fucking powers. How do I know that you can keep Homelander from killing me if I help you? They're fucking whispering and shit because this is because they're so afraid of this guy. Like, for all we know, he could not be caring at all. Like, this man could be jacking off on a roof to Stillwell's titties, and, like, not even a care in the world. But because it's Homelander, but because they know what he's capable of, everybody is constantly on edge. Firecracker, who is the biggest Homelander simp, was fucking afraid of him. I mean, bro tore this man Webweaver in half in front of her like it was butter. And here's the thing, don't get me wrong, Homelander is scaled to be the strongest in his universe, which in reality, compared to other universes, isn't that strong. Like I said, homie's just a big fish in a small pond. The pond is really fucking small. Holy shit. But it's just like the calmness for me, like I said again. You know how people say that like certain people are at their most dangerous when they're calm? The way this man just so calmly just told the scientists at the lab to get in the oven and burn himself to death, knowing that nobody can stop him.
Go and watch from in there.
John, why don't we...
Homelander. Get in the oven, Frank.
Please.
Get in the oven or your family goes in with you.
Please, Homelander, you don't have to
Marty.
do...
Thank you.
You know he's powerful when he doesn't need to physically force anybody to do anything.
Don't be shy. Take your pants down. Now.
I mean, it's just like, what are you gonna do here? There's no heroes here, at least not one that can really stand up to him, so there's no alternative. It's ineffective. So yes, if he tells you to pull your damn pants down and stroke off in front of everybody, then you're gonna do it. And it's just like, yeah, and he's gonna laser your little meat off afterwards. And there's nothing you can do. It's just like this man is too imposing of a threat for any of these people to really do anything. It's like, I need Soulja Boy to come and beat his ass one more time. I know this is supposed to be a Homelander Glaze video, but Homelander needs to get humbled one more. He's getting way too comfortable. I mean, if I were at the lab, I would have just dipped while homie was talking to Barbara in the quiet room. Like, take the elevator or tiptoe down the stairs. He has to really concentrate to superhero anybody. Side note, that elevator shot of him covered in all of their blood was fucking gold. Of him just embracing how much of a monster he is. It's just like, that really is, like, his arc was really the highlight of this season, other than A-Train. We've also seen him outburst. We've seen what happens when he gives into his emotions when he doesn't get his way. When he finds out that Ryan is spending time with Butcher behind his back. Obviously, we know that Ryan has the potential to beat Homelander, but as of right now, no, not gonna happen. Even when it comes to like normal people, I mean, it's confirmed that you stand a better chance against homie, like when you stand on business and you don't let the fear get to you, like Edgar or Barbara. Well, I'm pretty sure she died anyways, right? Like, being laser sealed in that room, like she had to watch their corpses until she died, bro. That was just fucking insane. I mean, I suppose that's better than getting your head lasered off. I don't know. Depends on if you prefer a slow or quick death. And that's another thing I like, how like Superman has physical weaknesses like kryptonite and magic, whereas with Homelander, his mental is constantly, you know, getting the better of him. Obviously, there's a way to beat him if you are just as strong or stronger than he is, but as we've seen in this show, that is very few and far in between. The way Anthony Starr portrays this character, man, it's just like nobody else could play him, right? He's on the level of like Defoe's Goblin, Ledger's Joker. And a lot of people want him to play Eobard Thawne, the Reverse Flash in DC. He's a very similar character, like he's blonde, tall, emotionally fragmented, deceptively calm, but also hella deranged. I think he could nail it. He is legit perfect for the role. If James Gunn ever puts Reverse Flash in here, we need to see Anthony Starr. If it's not Anthony Starr, like, we riot. I know this is supposed to be a Homelander Glaze video, but I cannot wait for this dude to get his comeuppance. I can't wait for Homelander to die. That's good, because, you know, he's a character that's written to where you're supposed to hate him. It's fine, I like to hate him, but, you know, most people just can't get enough of him, me included. Anyways, we're kind of in the final stretch in terms of like content I'm making on the boys. The hype's starting to die down, so obviously got to get my content out the way before that happens. Last video I make will be a full review of the season, reviewing the story and giving my final thoughts. We hit 7,000 subs, man. We've had massive growth on this channel. I cannot thank y'all enough. Y'all are the best, man. That's gonna be it for the video. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys like what you see, be sure to like the video, share, comment on the video, and subscribe. That's gonna be it. And yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.